show you the OSG mechanism, the overspeed governor.
What does that do?
So on every lift, every stair lift, it's got to have a safety mechanism, which is a fail-safe if there's a complete failure of the gearbox or motor or something like that.
Yeah.
You've got to have them on by law.
Yeah.
And on this machine, it's located. You know, if you want to get right down there too. So you'll be able to see like a toothed piece of metal there in between this, what's called a split roller.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is, that's what happens. So basically it's spring loaded. If it goes too fast,
Yeah.
let's see if I can pop it out here.
It basically stops it from
I'll
moving.
so if you watch it now, you see it's spring loaded.
Yeah.
So what in normal running, it's locked up like that.
Yeah.
If there's a failure, it goes too fast and it mechanically knocks it out of its holder, and that springs down and digs into the rail.
Right.
So if it starts to shoot down, it's never happened, but they've got to have them on by law.
Right. And what triggers it? Moving too fast?
Moving too fast, yeah.
Right.
It can be triggered by something on the rail. If you run over something, you know, like a piece of clothing, that can trigger it.
Yeah.
They've got to have them on by law, basically.
Okay.
So I'll whip it off and show you a bit deeper. I'll whip the colours off.
So it's basically like a seatbelt mechanism, is it? Similar sort of thing,
Well,
or not?
it's because you're going up a hill technically on a stair lift.
Yeah.
If something breaks in the motor or there's a complete and utter failure somehow, which enables the lift to travel downwards rapidly,
Yeah.
that will stop it from doing it.
Right.
They have them on proper, vertical lifts as well.
Yeah.
If something breaks, they've got to have them on. Something will stop
So
it,
stop it
physically
falling,
stop
yeah.
it from falling into floors and floors.
Right. Yeah.
So it's similar principle. You've got 4 covers, 2 screws in each. So this is it here. So that roller rolls on top of one of the rails, and that, in normal running, is located in a notch in a plate in the middle.
Yeah.
So if it starts to go too fast, what happens is it will come this way. So that is in the direction of travel downwards, these teeth, and it clicks out, that drops in, and that digs into the rail and physically stops it and locks it onto the rail.
So is that only if it's going downwards then? Downhill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't tend to do it. It's like 99% shoot, that it's going to do it in the down direction.
Right.
It can do it in the up, but it very rarely does it.
Right.
But it doesn't dig in until you try and come down.
Right.
That's always in the
It's
down
always in the
direction.
downward facing direction, yeah.
Those teeth, yeah.
Right.
So
But if it goes too fast, it bites into the rail, basically.
So it's spring loaded. I'll show you what happens basically. This piece here, this rolls on the rail as well. So that rolls on the top of the bottom tube on the Stannah rail. That rolls just underneath it, this rubber surface.
Yeah.
So every time when it's moving, these bits here on this roller move past that wheel there.
Yeah.
So if it goes too fast, I'll see if I can do it. Hang on.
So it flicks it up.
It'll flick it up. If
And that
it
knocks
normally
the
rolls like that,
safety.
nice and steadily.
Yeah.
But if it goes too fast, it'll flick it up, and
And that will knock that.
it will knock that out, and that will spring down, and those teeth will dig into the rail.
Yeah. Clever.
So they've got to have them on by law.
And what's that called? It's like just a safety mechanism?
No, it's called the OSG or overspeed governor.
Oh, right,
So if it goes over speed,
yeah.
it
Shuts it
out,
down,
shuts
basically.
it down.
Yeah.
It's got a physical mechanism that digs into the rail, but it also cuts the power off. It's got a switch on it as well, so it isolates the machine.
So is that specifically for this make and model, or is
They've
this
all got them on.
all of them?
Every OSG design is different.
Yeah.
This is how this one works.
But this is a Stannah 260,
Yeah, I mean, I can show
but they're
you-
on all of the.
I can show you really briefly if you want how a Tisson works. If you want.
Yeah.
This is the back bottom side of a Tisson. This is a Flow X model, which is very similar to all the predecessors.
Mm-hmm.
The OSG on this one
What's
It's
what's the OSG again? Sorry,
it's
just
the
remind me.
overspeed governor.
Overspeed
So if you get,
governor.
they've got to, every lift has to have them on.
Mhm.
This one works by, this is the charge assembly.
Yeah.
The I'll remove it so you can see it. That is your OSG
Okay.
mechanism there. So if it goes too fast or there's a fault with it, what happens is this gets pushed over to one side,
Yeah.
which engages a mechanism in this metal housing here,
Yeah.
and these go out of line, and it locks it up, shuts it down,
Yeah.
and it doesn't dig into the rail. It just locks everything up
Yeah.
physically with this metal housing here. So as this is rolling on the rail,
Yeah.
if these go out of line slightly like that, it will
It'll
lock
just,
in.
yeah, it can't
And
bite into the round
yeah,
anymore.
those go out of line by that being pushed that way or that way. It's got to be dead centre.
Right.
That's the front of the unit.
And what,
That's the back.
and what triggers that then to do that? Just speed?
Again, speed. Yeah, it will push it over.
Goes too fast.
This will do it in either direction. It just doesn't. It doesn't just do it in the down direction.
Right.
So if that's not facing direct, that's the front of the machine. That's the back of the machine. If it's not facing directly back,
Yeah.
these will go out of line, and it will lock up and shut itself down.
Right. So does that ever happen as a fault?
Yeah, it can happen. They can start to come in from if the machine's old or it needs servicing.
Yeah.
So it needs regular servicing.
Yeah.
There is a way when it's on the rail, you can, with the torch, you can look down the rail and see if that's been pushed over to reset it
Yeah.
and rectify it. You have to get that to get the machine to run. You have to get that back into its front to back position. That's the back of the machine. That's the front of the machine there.
Right.
Just on where we're looking at it.
Yeah.
So if it's over like that, you've got to basically get something down, try and push it over, or you can remove that if it's doable,
Yeah.
and get it so it's facing direct at the back, and then you'll be able to manoeuvre it about and see what the problem is and rectify it. This comes in regularly because when people run over clothing. We've come across that a lot.
Well, it triggers it.
It triggers it, yeah. The clothing gets in here.
So it's more that it moves the mechanism that it triggers the speed.
Yeah, so that
limiter.
it's not a speed limiter when it's just run over something and it causes these to go out of sync.
Yeah.
Or push that over, and that's when it'll lock up and shut itself down.
All right, okay.
So to get them, and we've done it loads.
So that's a common fault then.
Yeah,
if you
people with clothing on the lap.
Yeah.
Washing baskets and stuff. A pair of tights can hang over the side.
Yeah, yeah.
Get pulled in, and it just locks itself up. So
Right.
we've got to come out then and reset it all, get all the stuff out.
Yeah, the material
whatever's clogged into it.
cogs.
Yes. So it's just a word of warning with clothing on your lap.
Yeah.